Hi Sagittarius, welcome. It's Michelle from Gypsy Insights Tarot. Thanks for joining me. While I was shuffling your cards, what I kept getting for you was the song Karma Chameleon by Boy George and Culture Club. You know, that old 80s banger. Karma, 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 karma chameleon. You come and go. You get the idea. And I was immediately struck by shape-shifting energy. You know, when you think of a chameleon, it adapts to its surroundings. So I feel that that's your superpower over the next 3 months. This is a reading for June, July, and August 2025. Sagittarius, being able to shape-shift at will serve you well over the next 3 months. It's like you can adapt, you can fit in to any environment. Like I see you being able to be in many different social circles, in many different social scenes, and being able to fit in. It's quite a charming kind of energy, Sagittarius. So I do feel that you're a bit of a charmer, male or female. This is not a gender specific reading, and you're a bit of a unicorn. You know, you're someone who ignites possibilities in others. I do feel that when you speak to new people, especially Sagittarius, and these people have been living in a very comfortable environment, somewhat in the box, contained, traditional sorts, you kind of spark this unicorn energy where they start thinking of, it ignites something in their mind. And that's initially what I'm getting, Sagittarius. That's an effect that you have on people. Now let's get back to you. The overall energy for you over the next few months is, I'm getting a vision of you riding in a vehicle or riding a bike down a kind of lonely street, and a tire blows out. There's like something that punctures a tire, so that's something to look out for. You know, you could get a flat tire or a puncture in your bike tire, but I feel it's more metaphorical is what I'm getting, meaning wheel of fortune. That's your card, Sagittarius. And when it comes to this puncturing energy, I feel like something's kind of stopped your movement, blocked you. But that feels like it's in the past. Your past has blocked you. Now, you may have let your past, not that you intentionally let your past block you, but unintentionally I feel that it has. It'll be different for each one of you, but past situations. Now, for some of you, it was to do with partnerships and love. Blocked you. There's a feeling there of being trapped. I was talking about people in traditional relationships, traditional situations. For a lot of my Sagittarians, it's just not you. It's never meant to be you, and you tried to do it. You tried to fit into that box, and it didn't serve you well. And I get that for you, you feel, look, and are better when you're actually outside of a traditional committed relationship. It's not that you don't have or can't have relationships. You absolutely can, and at times you choose to, but it's when you choose to. And at the moment, I just feel like you're not letting anything spike your tire. Like you want to ride on all four on all four healthy tires there and ride out of a situation with this Chariot card. Now, when we look at the Chariot, of course, we have choice. Making a choice. These two represent duality. And you'll notice that there are no reins here. The charioteer is steering the chariot with his will, his determination. So that's you. You're determining where your life goes. And only you. In the past, you may have started off that way, steering your own course for adventure. I'm getting the Love Boat theme. I won't sing it, guys. For those of a certain age, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, set a course for adventure. Your mind on a new romance? Not at the moment. I don't feel that it's on romance. I feel that you're trying to shed yourself of past conditioning, which has caused that blockage, that wheel to stop turning in your favor. Yeah. In the future, and especially in June, I see a lessening of a burden for you, Sagittarius, and my gosh, the last few years have been very burdensome, and I've been getting super heavy energy for you guys, especially over the last few months, and the readings have reflected that. And if you go back and check out those readings, you'll see what I'm saying. So yeah, I felt that. I felt the heavy energy around my Sagittarius. But in the very near future, I feel in July and August, there is a lessening of that, a lessening of the load and a sigh of relief. Your patience with people, a patient energy, a peaceful energy is going to be conducive for you to call in what you want, Sagittarius. A very chill, very peaceful, very zenful kind of lovely energy is what's going to pull that in. Yeah, that's what I see with that Chariot, pulling in that energy, but not, it's strong. It's strong will and strong determination, but dressed in a layer of peace and a very natural kind of energy. And almost angelic energy that I'm feeling. Now, your best path to follow in June is the Magician card. I mean, need I say more, right? Infinite possibilities. You are the sovereign of your world and unseen worlds. There's magic here with the Magician. There's a feeling here of light, abandoning darkness. Abandoning darkness with this out of darkness energy. You've been going through a very challenging period, Sagittarius, a very transformative energy. It's torn down an old self so that you can build up stronger, wiser. You're growing into be the wise sage. That's always been your destiny, Sagittarius. So you've learned the hard way. Gosh, you should get a gold medal for the amount of lessons that you've had to learn in life. And Spirit is saying you're an absolute fighter. You're an absolute fighter, and even when, you've been trying to move ahead, some bastard or bitch has come along and tried to stab your tires again. I keep getting that. So, you know, some of it hasn't been your fault. I mean, yes, some of the decisions you've made have been poor choices, but you've taken that on board, you've learned from it, and you're taking back control of your life from feeling out of control. You know, when we put the Chariot in reverse, that's an out of control, reckless kind of energy, which gets us to nowhere good, you know. Being reckless, being out of control gets us to a place of burden, and for a while now, your life has felt like you weren't in control of it. And I think a lot of it has to do with a past that was not under your control. Not everything that's happened in your life was your fault. I mean, for a lot of you Sagittarians, you've been taking on a heavy burden of believing that everything bad that's happened to you and to close people around you has been your fault, and it absolutely has not. Yeah, I feel that this hold that the past has had over you is something that has to be released in June. And I think you're overcoming that. I do. It's only through discipline, being able to look and face when things have not worked out for you. Toxic situations, toxic people, toxic relationships, toxic workplaces, toxic thinking. That dark energy, which has felt very burdensome around you, Sagittarius, is what is being overcome in June. And finally, that energy of the wheel not turning is going to start turning in your favor. Now you're doing the work, Sagittarius, in June. You've got your head down, you're not being distracted, you're fully engaged in getting your life back in order. There's a little bit of fear around you, and I don't blame you, Sag, because, you know, you've been through a lot. That Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. But at this point, don't let paranoia or fear that this wheel is just going to, you know, keep getting deflated, you know. Don't let that control the negative thoughts. Okay. Yeah. Because that's where I think the negativity comes in and the darkness comes in, when you start thinking, okay, what's next? I can't deal with one more thing. Stay the course, stay focused. There's good news coming. Finally. I do get good news on the way. It's going to start to happen in June, but I feel it starts to more ramp up towards late July, August. Now, also in June, I get a sense that there will be some kind of world event, which is I feel like a death of a leader. June, July. The death of a leader. I feel it's through conflict. Fighting. The death of a leader. It's not telling me who it is, guys, but that's all I'm getting. That's something that's outside of your, you know, what you're dealing with. That's something outside. But, you know, with this chameleon energy and being able to adapt, it's going to serve you well moving forward, because I do feel that there is some instability just generally in the world, and you know, being able to think on your feet, being able to shapeshift, being able to move at will is going to be a superpower for you, Sagittarius, because that more in the box traditional thinking, those are the type of people that are not going to be able to deal well with change in the world. But you are able to. You're able to adapt. And fit into any kind of situation. For some of you who are like working in government or in corporations, I feel that you can change it well. Not a lot of I guess there's not a lot of loyalty there, Sagittarius. But on the plus side, I feel that when things are out of your control and there's changes around you, you can fit into and be flexible and not be rigid. And I think that that's going to serve you well over the next 3 months. Yeah. Now in July, I do see the end of that cycle that we've been talking about, that really intense, challenging last 10 to 15 years that you felt, Sagittarius, is finally coming to an end. You don't quite believe it yet. You don't quite believe it, but it is happening. There's positive change in July, and you're starting to get your feeling back, a sense of purpose. You're starting to believe in the possibilities, that life is good again, that there will be good things in your life and the world. And I get good fortune, good luck. You're a bright energy here, Sagittarius. Let worry go. Be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colourful you. You bless the world with colour and luck. Well, don't you ever? So July, I feel like things are starting to look up. You're releasing that dark energy that's been lurking around you. You know, the blown out tire. You're running on all healthy tires here in July. Everything looks good. You're pumped up. Health-wise, I feel things are looking good. You're attracting attention. Though you're probably not really desiring attention, but you're attracting attention. Still, you're worried. Still, you're worried about disappointment. You're worried about, is there something I'm not seeing? You aren't seeing something, but the thing that you aren't seeing is good news. And I feel that there's going to be a new opportunity here for you, Sagittarius. Your patience is going to pay off. A lot of you have been alone. You've been very independent. You haven't felt like you've been supported by people around you or by the universe, but Spirit is coming in with help as long as you step confidently forward. In August, I see you stepping forward with confidence, being fearless in your decision making. The payoff. The payoff, guys. And again, I get this being the wise sage, being able to shapeshift at will, mastering your life. rising with dignity, being industrious, being disciplined. Yeah, you've done it, Sagittarius. You've done it. You've conquered your demons. And this is the devil card. I'm just censoring it here for YouTube. But the best path to follow for you is Devil in Reverse, Magician, and the Fool. This is you being the sovereign of your world. I feel like your life is transforming. There's a lightness here, abandoning the darkness, going beyond the ordinary, becoming extraordinary. Yeah, I feel that, your life is not meant to be ordinary. You are not ordinary. You're not meant to be ordinary. This other energy that I'm picking up, this traditional kind of energy, it's not your people. That's not your tribe. That's not your soul tribe. These are people who have tried to burst your tires. They really have. That's what you're leaving behind. People who have tried to dim your light. Keep you in the dark. They're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy that you're avoiding the pitfalls and traps that have been placed in your life for tests, as tests for you to overcome. But you are overcoming them. Avoiding the pitfalls, the traps that have been set, the tires. I keep getting that. I feel it's been an ongoing thing. Impeding your progress. Fearless. Fearless in everything that you do moving forward, Sagittarius. That's what you're going to be. And not giving an F, basically, about what anybody else thinks, says, or tries to put on you. And yet you're still, and this energy that's coming through, you've been patient. And yet you're still thinking, can I trust this energy? You think, oh, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. This feels too good to be true. It's not too good to be true. It is true. And it's good and it's meant for you, Sagittarius. Finally, some good news with this ladybug. Good energy coming through for you. Finally, out of this dark, tortured place. Coming up out of the basement and living life to the fullest. It's almost like you've had like a near-death experience, but not in the literal sense, but it felt like, oh gosh, that could have been the end of me, or that almost did me in, that last thing that I had to deal with. Whatever situation that was. It could have been a relationship, it could have been work issues, it could have been health issues, whatever it was. You've avoided the pitfall and trap. It's been like the last few years have just been like this series of pitfalls. Overcoming one after the other. But it's led you here. And finally you are the wise sage. Finally something good coming in for you. Patience has brought rewards. Being not a workaholic, but just very focused on staying the course, holding your vision of the future that you want, and working towards that with passion, with gusto, with your eye firmly on the rewards. You're worried you're never going to get there, but you will. Don't let these past situations hold you back. Oh, break off those chains. It's like you're ready to take off the training wheels here and ready to go full steam ahead, you know, with no punctures anymore to these tires. The tires are a metaphor for your movement, your forward movement, Sagittarius. Coming out of the dark and you finally see the light and it's shining on you. It's Gloria Estefan. I remember back when she had a horrible bus accident and broke her back, and then when she came back, she sang that song, and it's a beautiful song, and I feel that that's the song for you for the next 3 months, is coming out of the dark and you finally see the light. Step forward with confidence. This is meant for you. And good luck, Sagittarius. Please take care. I wish you all the very best. If you'd like a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com, or you can go to my Etsy store, and the link for that is in the box below. Just click on the drop-down menu down there. Don't forget about the contest that I have. You can win a personal reading with me. And if you'd like to do that, all you have to do is drop a comment down below or on any of my May videos, and I will give you a May-June videos, and I will give you an announcement here on the channel with the winner. Alrighty, Sagittarius, I wish you all the very best. Please do take care, and bye for now.